fresh, get the fit off. Chevy fast, might lift off. Big chain, I'm a big dog. She can't keep her hands off. I've been grinding all week. Ain't got no time to sleep. Shooting my shot like I play for the league. Young nigga, can't take no days off. Stick to the plan. Stick it up. Count it up, run through the bands. Young nigga, stick to the plan. Stick it up. Count it up, run through the bands. Young nigga, stick to the plan. Stick it up. Count it up, run through the bands. Young nigga, stick to the plan. Lord, I can't take no days off.
What's going on, guys? Back with another one. I know it's been a couple weeks, but we back with another one, Tough Enough TV. I got a special guest. I got big bro, Chris Brooks. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just staying out the way, hanging in there, man.
Yeah. How is it during this time with, COVID-19? You got your little league team, Matthews Dickey. How is it, during this time?
It's stressful. Nobody knows if we're gonna play football or not. I try to put out as much positive information, whether it's good or bad. But just whatever the updates are, I try to kind of post them in the local groups or what have you to be able to try to help. But it's stressful. Nobody knows really what's gonna happen. No one that really knows what any cancellation is gonna be or anything like that. So man, it's extremely stressful. But at the end of the day, the biggest thing is just making sure that everybody is safe. That there's no fatalities and no kids and families that are affected by us playing youth sports.
Right.
That's the bigger issue. So,
Thanks. Well, let's talk about Hazelwood East graduate 05, my sister class. Tell us about your experience at Hazelwood East. Y'all was, you did your thing there.
Yeah, I mean, it's so many places I could start. I wasn't even supposed to go to Hazelwood. I was in the Lindbergh district, and I was going to Lindbergh, and they found out that, I was living right behind Hazelwood East. So right before my freshman year, I had to go to Hazelwood East. And I didn't even play football. I played football when I was like 6 and 7, and then again when I was 14. So I wasn't a football player like, one would think. I was really a basketball player and a baseball player, but went to Hazelwood East, and I mean, everybody knows, what that name brings and all the greats that have come through there. I don't even consider myself, a great, because there were just so many guys that were just dynamic, man, like dynamic, so it was a great experience for me. It was different. I was used to going to school with, in a predominantly white school district. I was living, Kings Highway in Vernon, but being bused in the DSEG program to go to Lindbergh. So it was different, but I adjusted really, really well. And when I say I adjusted, it was it was different because, you got more minority there. You got a lot more stuff that's pulling you. It's high school, and I wasn't really used to that, So it was fun. I met a lot of great people. A lot of the people that are still in my life have come from friendships and relationships through Hazelwood East. So it was fun, man. I'm very, very proud to say I graduated from Hazelwood East.
Yeah, no doubt. One of the STL legends to come out of Hazelwood East for sure. Tell us about your recruiting process. You end up going to Nebraska. Tell us about that. Why Nebraska coming out of Hazelwood East?
Who's asking?
Hey, the people want to know.
I'm gonna give you the politically correct answer. It just felt like a good place. I committed to Missouri early and had a change of heart. Really, really felt like I was gonna have a good opportunity going to Nebraska. But if I had an opportunity to do it all over again, I would have went to Mizzou. I should have went to Mizzou and been a Tiger, but things have a great way of working themselves out. I was recruited by every major top school in the country: Florida, Florida State, USC, Michigan. I had countless scholarships to go play football anywhere that I wanted to go. And crazy enough, even before Mizzou and well, not before Mizzou, but after Mizzou, I almost was a Florida Gator. It was just too big of a distance because I had a young child at that time in high school. So it was just too big of a distance for me to be able to, try to be able to communicate, and I wanted my family to come with me. So it ultimately kind of came down to a school that was logistically closer, and the rest is history. But I had major opportunities to go anywhere that I wanted, and I was extremely blessed and fortunate. But it was a lot of people behind the scenes working for me and helping me and pushing me to be able to, have all the success that I had on a high school level, as well as collegiate level.
Facts, for sure, for sure. Now that was a good, that was a good choice. You stayed home, like you said. It was more behind your decision with your son. And your son now, how old is your son now? He about to be high school, right?
Well, he's 16. He's a junior at SLU High. So just trying to be able to get him off to school, and I got another one that I got to get off to school as well. So, and it happens fast, man. It happens fast for sure.
No doubt. So tell us about, after your Nebraska career, you go undrafted to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 2010. Tell us about their process, the undrafted process that a lot of people, may not know about.
Yeah, it was definitely a process. So when I went to Nebraska, I say this, with the utmost respect, I really didn't have a full opportunity that I thought or I felt I should have had. You know what I mean? I would get in the game and do something positive, have, a big play, a touchdown, or whatever have you, and then I wouldn't play for weeks.
Yeah.
I really didn't play, but the times that I got in the game, I either had a big catch or I had a touchdown. So I just kept telling myself, hey, whatever happens, just continue to work, continue to put forth, positivity, good effort, and whatever's happens is gonna happen. That's just kind of how I live my life. If I know if I put the work in, I'm gonna live with whatever the results are.
Correct.
And I just kept pushing myself, and I trained. I graduated from Nebraska, and I stayed on campus to train for the our NFL Pro Day, and I trained. I worked my butt off, and I ended up running a 4.37 electronic 40-yard dash. And when you run that fast on any given day, you're gonna have an opportunity to go and play football, and that's exactly what I did. So draft day, I kind of thought I was going. I thought there was a small chance, but I just didn't have the stats to back it. In college, and then it's like, well, you don't have all of these stats in college, but you find your way home to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers roster.
Right.
So it just really came down to me just believing in myself, trusting in myself, continue to stay prayerful, and know that, at the end of the day, God had a plan for me. And that's really what kind of pushed me, and my kids is really, and my family really pushed me to continue just to push and go forward. I got invited to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on basically, because of the success that I had at my pro day. I got invited to Tampa. They had just drafted 2 wide receivers, one in the 2nd round, running the 4th round, Mike Williams and Aurelius Ben. Also had picked up another guy, Preston Parker, who was a Florida State Seminole, kind of a guy that I looked up to in college, ended up being my roommate. So I had a really, really good workout and their rookie mini camp, and they ended up signing me to a 3-year deal.
Right.
So it was just hard work, and a lot of blessings. There's so many guys who have had opportunities, but for whatever reason, it didn't materialize into something that stuck. So I was really, really fortunate, and I thank the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Mr. Doug Williams, who is a Hall of Fame quarterback, the first black quarterback to ever win a Super Bowl. He gave me my first opportunity down in Tampa at One Buck Place.
Nice. That's dope. You got to experience that dope, play at the highest level, see what's that about. And then you also got a chance to go catch some passes from Peyton Manning with the Colts. How was that? He a Hall of Fame quarterback. How was that?
Yeah, I mean, the same way, I mean, the difference between those two situations is the Bucks, their team was a younger team. So when you pull in the parking lot in Tampa, you know whose car is who, who got the Bentley, who got the Rose, who got that new SL,
Yeah.
who got the Range, who driving a dealer car because they got a promotion, all of this, and you could just tell it was a younger team. It was fun. That's probably why I got fired. But you could tell, and when I got to the Colts, I'm seeing Tahoes, I'm seeing SUVs, I'm seeing Chargers, I'm seeing more low key kind of cars. Granted, Indianapolis, Florida, it's a big difference, but the maturity on those teams at that given time was different. So, and I had an opportunity to play with Peyton. World-class guy. He took me under his wing. He's actually the reason why I stuck around, as long as I did in Indianapolis. He was taking time with me, every Thursday after practice. We would watch all the film, me, him, Austin Collie, Anthony Gonzalez, Pierre Garçon, and Reggie Wayne. We all would watch the film after Thursday, and kind of get ahead. So he was really, really a teacher, and he was right there, showing me, hey, this is how you run that route. Now, granted, he couldn't run the route like that, you know what I mean, just because he ain't that, athletic, and he would argue me if he was right here, but he would show you how he wanted the routes ran so that you would be in the spot that he needed you to be in.
Right.
And he really took me under his wing. And I'm really, really grateful of him for that. And even my best friend, right now is Pierre Garçon.
Yeah.
I was talking to Reggie Wayne yesterday on social media, so really, really good relationships with those guys where I can pick up the phone and legit, say, hey, Reg, I need you to do this for me. I mean, or Pierre, I need you to do this or whatever, when we're talking about being in the community. He's come down to my camp, every year as well, to be able to support, so like I said, just building relationships with guys, not anything more than really just having a genuine friendship, so those guys are really, really stand-up guys.
For sure. Yeah, I see you real tight with Pierre Garçon. That's dope. You built that relationship, you built a brother relationship when you first got there. So, and it's dope that you're still, hanging tight together, years down the road, and you supporting each other. That's dope.
Hell yeah.
Tell us about, now I see you guys, you bringing Hard Knocks to the Little League. I ain't seen it nowhere else. Tell us about that, bro.
To be honest, that's just having a hobby and really wanting to have the kids have something special.
Right.
That's really all it is. A lot of people don't know, but I went to school. I wanted to go to Mizzou so I could be a broadcast journalism major. So that when I got to school, that really wasn't something that people were really thinking about. It wasn't really sought out. So I majored in economics because at that time I liked math, and I got my degree in economics. But I always wanted to kind of be in broadcast and journalism and producing and things like that. So to be honest, it's a hobby of mine, but at the same time, YouTube and these things are popular. And we have a great team. Our 8-year-old team, at Matthews Dickey, we're ranked 8th in the country. So really, really good team, really, really good parents on this team that allow us to be successful.
Yeah.
So just trying to be able to have people see in our real world. Yeah, we coach, but man, people really don't understand what's going on here in St. Louis.
No.
They don't understand the summer that we had last summer where so many kids' lives were taken.
Right.
Like kids being killed.
No doubt.
And when I was growing up, kids were off limits. You didn't. I'm saying this and I'm thinking about it even before I say it, but you didn't shoot in fairground.
No.
You know what I mean? You didn't shoot at Penrose. You didn't shoot in O'Fallon because the kids were practicing. But some now, there's so much going on, and it's not just in those parks. It's in our cities and in our community right now. We struggling, man. So I really just wanted to be able to have something for our kids, have something for our community. But that Hard Knocks isn't just for Matthews Dickey, Battle Bulldogs. The bigger picture is to be able to cross the aisle and go over to a city rec team or go over to a Herbal Hoover team and allow that to be another platform, not just about Matthews Dickey, but about all young Black males, in our community.
Right.
That's what the bigger picture is. It was, I just was fortunate to be able to kind of put it together with my own team, but we really want to be able to utilize that in another platform for other teams and other recreational sports as well.
No, yeah, that'd be dope. Basically like what Snoop Dogg do on his, his Netflix series.
Exactly.
And it's content
Exactly.
content for everybody, for the kids, parents, and just see the inside of what really goes on in JFL. Like I played at Matthews Dickey. I've been down in Fairground and things like that. So St. Louis is totally different from anywhere else, bro. It's way rougher, and like you said, you got out, I got out, but some of the kids, I have partners that didn't get out and was killed, killed and murdered in the streets. Like, it's that part of St. Louis, and it's sad, but the community putting more positivity out, I think would be better, like you doing with the Hard Knocks, me doing this with trying to spread knowledge to the community. I think that'd be better for the community.
Big facts. And it will, and we need more people like yourself who just want to inspire, that's the biggest thing. People really don't understand, like these dudes that's making it out of here, man, it's some of them, wasn't supposed to make it out. It's some, you know what I mean? They have, different lifestyles, different families, but it's some that's making it out, and they coming out the mud.
Right.
They've been through a lot within their lives, and their families have been through a lot as well. So,
facts, no doubt. Shout out to everybody, making it out of St. Louis. But tell us, what would you got your son who's a junior. What advice do you give him, to get to the level you want to be? I'm sure that's what he aspired to be, is like an NFL player or a basketball player, or in the kids you coach. What is the most thing you stick on kids?
If we talk about my son, the only thing that I really, really want him to do is just be a good human. Go to school, get good grades, put your best foot forward. And I'm this way, so I teach my kids the same way. Just do what's right. He attends SLU. He has a 3.7 GPA at SLU. Very, very smart kid. So we have conversations about obviously football and life, but I have my own legacy, whether it's good or whether it's bad. And I just teach my kids that what I did has nothing to do with you. They can do whatever it is that you want to do. And I stress that with my kids. If my son wants to go, try to make it to the NFL, I'm going to support him. But the biggest thing and most important for me is I want you to be able to go get good grades. If you play football, play football. I just don't want to have to pay for you to go to college. That's just it.
That's it.
And anything above that, I'm cool with.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest thing, and that's my biggest thing for all of the kids that I coach. I really want to be able to say I helped you, and I prepared you to get to college. Whatever happens there, that's a little bit beyond me, but I want to be able to prepare you for high school and help you be able to get to college and be able to leave St. Louis if you want to, but also be able to make financial gains and be a good human just in your community. And anything more than that is definitely just a blessing in disguise.
But nah, most definitely. Like I appreciate all my coaches, especially the ones, down in Matthews Dickey, starting at 5 years old, bird crawling the whole field, just making us tougher as little kids, yanking us on a face mask, which they wasn't supposed to do, but they did anyway. But it made us tougher.
You know what time it is. You know what time it is.
No, they made us bird crawl the whole field. Like they made us way tougher down there at Fairground for sure. But nah, big bro, I appreciate you for stopping by. This will be episode 10, but I appreciate you for stopping by, bro.
All good, man. If you need anything, you already know. Hit my line, DM, whatever. Oh yeah, I'm gonna plug us real quick. On the YouTube, Matthews Dickey Battle Bulldogs on YouTube. I think we've had 3 episodes now.
Okay.
It's a fun kid show. We keep it 100. There's no script. You know what I mean? This is straight how we are. I got my little one. He just came downstairs.
What's going on, man?
Say what's up.
What's going on? I'm gonna definitely drop those links in the description below.
Yeah, definitely do, man. And I appreciate you having me on, man. If I could do anything to help the show, definitely let me know.
Appreciate it, bro. Anytime. All love, bro.
In a minute.
Yes, sir.
I've been grinding all week. Ain't got no time to sleep. Shooting my shot like I play for the league. Young nigga, content, no days off. Stick to the plan.